Hi, I hope you've been having a great weekend. It's good to see you and tune in with you today. A few nights ago, I picked the first peony that had bloomed in our garden, and it's so beautiful and fragrant and just makes our kitchen feel so much like spring. This particular peony comes from a bush that has grown for years in a little country cemetery in central Iowa, which is where most of my family that has passed on are buried. The bush that I borrowed this start from was beside one of my great-grandparents' graves and has bloomed there for as many years as I can remember, and is a beautiful bush. So I didn't think they'd mind if a little bit of it was taken. So it's finally doing really well. I got this peony and I love it because when I was a kid, my grandma would always talk about how peonies would be blooming on Decoration Day, which is what she always called Memorial Day. And sure enough, that row that she had along the sidewalk that would go back to her garage was always blooming about that time every year. Peonies are a great connection point in our family. My mom loved them, my girls and I love them, and I'm pretty sure that every place I've lived has always had multiple peony bushes. This Memorial Day weekend and other Memorial Day weekends are kind of like the unofficial start of summer, but for many people, it's also a time to journey to cemeteries and leave flowers on the grave sites of loved ones. Memorial Day is actually, the official holiday is actually a day to honor those who served in the armed forces and died in battle, and it's just remembering their service and remembering their honor and their memories as well. It was called Decoration Day way back in the 1800s, long before it officially became a federal holiday, which wasn't until 1971 and became recognized as Memorial Day. But many people have used this weekend and this day to honor those who have passed, whether they're in the military or family members. Now, we don't make it every year to that little central Iowa cemetery, but when we do, it's always an emotional time, as well as a chance to do some exploring to find the grave sites of our extended family and do some remembering. My dad and I went to that cemetery and several others one year, including an even more remote one and an older cemetery where his grandparents and aunts and uncles and other family members had been buried years and years ago. I never even knew that one existed until that point. Admittedly, funeral practices have changed a lot over the years, and not everyone has a burial or a grave site. But decorating graves on Memorial Day is something that can be a great connection point between the past and the present. It can be a wonderful way to share family history, to share stories about people our kids and grandkids will never know in person, but hopefully they'll recognize a connection through our shared history and recollections of the past. I came across a quote which I think speaks very well to all of this. As this weekend and other weekends we've been remembering and honoring those who've gone before us. It talks about how we can remember what we can share with those who follow us. And the quote just says this: "Nothing is ever really lost to us as long as we remember it." I hope this has been a great weekend of remembering for you, sharing things to share with your family and friends. And I hope it's just been a wonderful time to be together. God bless you all. Bye.